Hi, folks. Bill here. This is Punchie TV. We got some good stuff today. A lot of, well, you know, regular world chaos, as we all know. Get this all hanging out in the right way here. Yeah, just regular world chaos. We're just gonna get started here. Right, producer? All right. First, the latest assassination attempt on Trump, on the president, again. And play that video. Well, just a regular. Well, actually, I think this is the first correspondence dinner that Donald Trump has actually decided to actually go to, and this is what happens. Okay. All right. Y'all get the idea. You see the guy up there with the gun, with the rifle, with the machine gun, and all the folks getting under the tables. You know, all the reporters. Wonders if any reporters had anything to do with this stuff. You know. So the first one, the one that he decides to go to, and this happens. Anyway, you know. Anyway, I think we had enough of this one. Nah. So, yeah, you know, we've had this. Yeah, he's refused to come for like the last, for the full first term, and then here, I think the first time he decided to actually go, and something that presidents, you know, go to annually for the last, basically like 100 years, and here he goes, and this happens. I think that may be it for the, what's it called? White House Correspondents' Dinner. I think that this might be it for the White House Correspondents' Dinner, at least for Trump. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Speaking of reporters, here we got another one having to do with Trump. Another clip. Roll the clip.
Sir, would you use a nuclear weapon against Iran? You posted on Truth Social a few weeks ago.
We don't need it. Why do I need it? Why would a stupid question like that be asked? Why would I use a nuclear weapon when we've totally, in a very conventional way, decimated them without it? No, I wouldn't use it. A nuclear weapon should never be allowed to be used by anybody.
Be sure to like and
subscribe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the reporters. That's a dumb question, in my opinion. It's a dumb question, but it shows how they. I don't know. It's like how they're missing some mark. The whole reporter industry here in the United States is basically full of people who are kind of missing some marbles, for lack of a better word. Um, and I don't know, just what we got. Hopefully it'll change. Is it going to change? Yeah, question. Is it going to change? By the way, call in. The number is 888. What's the number again? What's the number again? 888-775-3773. That's 888-775-3773. Call in, you know. We could chat about whatever. All right, next one. Okay, this is about Putin. But, well, let's just play it.
Мы видим, как мужественно и героически борется народ Ирана за свою независимость, за свой суверенитет. И, конечно, очень надеемся на то, что, опираясь вот на...
All right, so this is the guy from, what is he? He's the foreign minister? Foreign minister, Iranian foreign minister. That's a guy who's chit-chatting with Putin.
Это мужество и стремление к независимости.
I don't know how helpful this is unless you're seeing it. You're listening to it.
Лидера это сложный.
Means like whatever. But they had some talks. I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of fluff to me. I don't know what he would be going over there to do at this point. Iran's kind of not Iran anymore, in a way. All right, let's go to the next one. Whoa.
Ilhan Omar, low IQ, okay? A Democrat over in the US. Now, she said some really dumb things, but I've got to say this was her finest. Ilhan, how many world wars has there been?
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War XI.
World War XI.
World War
Wow, wow.
World War XI. She got 2 mixed up with 11. Anyway, she was apparently just reading and not thinking. But whatever. All right, let's go to the next one.
What I would do differently than Governor Newsom is fund homelessness prevention. It is so much more cost effective and so much more humane to prevent families from becoming homeless in the first place.
Do you think the governor has done anything right on homelessness?
No, everything has taken us in the wrong direction.
It's worth keeping in mind, the only housing Tom Steyer's built has been private prisons and ICE detention centers.
Well, it's interesting to watch someone who has served as a talking head on a Fox News program telling us how government should run when he never has run any government in his life.
I'm the billionaire who wants to tax the oil companies and make polluters pay. So when you say I'm the only billionaire in the race, yes, but I'm the person who is the change agent in this state.
Well, we're never going to know if our elections are secure because when law enforcement does legitimate investigations into the allegations, it's stopped by our current Democrat one-party rule in California.
One of the proudest days of my life was the day I became an American citizen. It happened in a ceremony right here in San Francisco. So it is a deep honor for me to be endorsed by the President of the United States.
Oh, wow. Oh, we have a guy running with a British accent. I didn't know about that. That's interesting. Maybe it'll help out here in California. You never know. And they're not going to help, and they're not going to do anything. Any of the Democrats, at least, they're not going to do anything about the homeless problem. They'll just make the homeless problem. They'll put more money into it, so it'll get worse, which needs more money. They never fix anything. I mean, it's all smoke and more mirrors. I mean, they're just corruption, and they don't even care about the corruption. It's like, it's corruption is fine as long as they're one of us. Billions of dollars, bureaucracy, and going up in smoke. Billions of dollars and nothing. Billions of dollars, and it just gets worse. Anyway, let's go to the next one.
Good afternoon. Today, a few minutes ago, in the Middle District of Alabama, a grand jury returned an 11-count indictment charging the Southern Poverty Law Center with 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. According to the charges in the indictment,
the Southern Poverty Law Center, this is. You know, the anti-racist supposed folks. I'm going to keep playing.
SPLC is a nonprofit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred by reporting on extremist groups and conducting research to inform law enforcement groups with the goal of dismantling these groups. As the indictment describes, the SPLC was not dismantling these groups. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred. The indictment describes this conduct in detail, but one troubling example is that the SPLC was paying a member of the leadership group that planned the Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 that resulted in the death of 1 person and injured dozens more. This particular person being paid by the SPLC allegedly received approximately $270,000 over the course of 8 years. In total, according to the indictment, between 2014 and 2023, SPLC paid at least $3 million to 8 individuals at least. These individuals were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan, United Klans of America, National Socialist Movement, Aryan Nations Affiliated Sadistic Souls Motorcycle Club, the Nationalist Socialist Party of America, Nazis, and the American Front.
Wowzers. Yikes. I don't know what to say about that. You know, maybe there's just not enough of an opposition for them to exist, so they need to make opposition. Otherwise, it won't have a purpose. There's all kind of crazy stuff going on these days, you know, in the USA. It all just, I don't know. There's a lot of folks in charge of things who are missing a lot of marbles. Let's go on. Let's go to the next one.
Today that you said every black kid can get reparented on a wellness farm. Can you admit that you said that?
Didn't get reparented on a wellness.
Well, let me read exactly what you said. You said every black kid is now just standard, put on Adderall, on SSRIs, benzos, which are known to induce violence, and those kids are going to have a chance to go somewhere and get reparented, to live in a community where there'll be no cell phones, no screens. You know, you claimed, in fact, you went on to say, actually the whole transcript was even worse. You said that if you could, you would send, quote, every black kid, again, your words, not mine, to go live on farms and work. Is that your?
I would have to hear that recording because
Well, I have the recording.
I have no memory of saying anything like that.
Yeah, well, I actually have the recording that I can give to you, but it is absolutely what you said. And if you want me to play it, I can play
But
it.
if you ask me what my opinion is, I do not believe that every black kid should be reparented on a wellness farm or whatever, and I have never believed that.
Well, you said it, sir. I have the video here. In fact,
I'm
you're
telling
on
you,
record.
I don't believe it. That's not my vision for our country.
Well,
or
I'm
for the
glad
black
because it was
community.
ignorant.
This is Robert F. Kennedy, and he's being accused of like saying something. They have it on some kind of transcript, and he's saying he didn't say it, and he doesn't believe it, and he doesn't recall saying it. And these days, I don't know. It's hard to say. He may not have said it, and they just somehow came up with just cooked it up in some way, and it wouldn't be. It's nothing. I wouldn't put it past him doing something like that, or misinterpreting what's being said. You know, these are a bunch of opportunists these days. They're not real about. These people are not real about anything. That's why things don't work. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Really? You want to talk about this one? All right, let's go. Let's play the next one. Well, the next one here, we're talking about CEOs and their influence. The tech
Also,
CEOs.
this morning, the fight over artificial intelligence begins right now in an Oakland courtroom as attorneys give their opening statements in Elon Musk's $134 billion lawsuit against OpenAI. Today in the Bay's Bob Riddell breaks down what Musk is trying to argue.
Elon Musk is trying to argue that OpenAI, the company he co-founded with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, violated its original mission to operate as a nonprofit. Musk says the original agreement was to create OpenAI for the betterment of society and to keep it open source. OpenAI has said Musk agreed years ago about the need to convert OpenAI into a for-profit company in order to raise capital. Yesterday, a 9-person jury was seated as a, quote, advisory jury to help the federal judge in Oakland determine liability. If OpenAI is found liable, the judge herself will determine damages. Prospective jurors were asked if they could put aside any negative feelings they might have about Elon Musk or Sam Altman. Opening arguments, again, expected to start today. Yesterday, outside court, a small protest against the billionaire class in high tech.
Two of the lab CEOs are here fighting with each other rather than doing something about all of the problems they're creating in the world. So everyone sucks here. Whoever wins this trial, we all lose.
Mr. Altman, Mr. Brockman, and OpenAI are looking forward to presenting their case to that jury, confident in their position and looking forward to the facts being known.
No comment yesterday from any of the attorneys representing Elon Musk. The judge expects this trial to last about 3 weeks before going to the jury for deliberations. Bob?
All right. Well, from what I know, those two, Elon and Sam Altman, co-founded that OpenAI thing. Elon, I don't know, put in like $100 million at the beginning, you know, and it was supposed to be a nonprofit organization. So the word, well, I forgot what it was all about, but I think they were kind of dealing with the same equivalent, but the for-profit version that Google was working on at the same time. At the time they did that, and they were kind of trying to equalize things. I don't know. Probably, I know Elon wasn't thinking about it. Well, Elon, if Elon wins, he'll just own a significant amount of companies since, he threw in $100 million up at the very beginning to get it started. So, we'll see. Why? Oh, okay. I hear you. You're like a voice coming out of nowhere. Anyway. Hey, I'm going to take a call. Let's see. Oh, no. Hey, Josh, you there?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Hey. What do you want to...
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Yeah, man. Wanted to talk about the guy who tried the assassination attempt, and I guess specifically about him being a mulatto. Is that kind of, you see that kind of fits the stereotype of the mulattoes always being the most radical type, or even light-skinned blacks, or generally seem to be the most radical or ambitious type of black people. Have you noticed that? Which is a bad thing.
I guess I guess they kind of have a thing of being kind of an outsider, always.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, I don't. Not really. He looks like he's real. The guy kind of looked, seemed like he was a smart guy, but smart guys
just got programmed or something.
Right. Well, smart guys missing some marbles, and you end up stuff like this.
Right.
It just takes really angry people. Just really angry people, and they come up with angry people solutions to stuff, and I guess there may be something to it. These outsiders that you're talking about.
I mean, like Barack Obama is the biggest one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, these outsiders, they have all kind of things to be pissed off about and angry about. Excuse me. And angry people come up with their solutions and have less restraint. And it leads to issues. I haven't seen anything in particular. But like I said, they are a bit of more of a it makes you more of an outsider.
I mean, they're compensating for something, right? Or because that's what Jesse said. That must be the white side. White people tend to aim high. That's what Jesse said. And that must have been his white side of him, trying to aim high, right?
Oh, man. I don't know. That's interesting.
But, and
I'll have to ask Jesse about that.
You have to what?
I'll have to ask Jesse about that. About the aiming high thing.
Right. Anchor Baby just had a segment where he was talking about white and Asian mixed people, and they said if the dad is white and the mom is Asian, then they're not considered a minority. But if the mom is white and the dad is Asian, then they're considered a minority. And I don't know if that
I have to find out about that one. They both look about the same,
Yeah. Maybe that's just my thoughts, or.
Well, some of them look white and some of them look Asian, and then everything in between for those folks. They're definitely going to be, I guess, noticeable for the most part.
Yeah,
a lot of them are very good looking.
Yeah, a lot of them are models.
Right? Yeah, they're got some of them are worse than regular, but some of them, basically get the best of both worlds, and they end up in models and stuff. But I don't know anything in particular about it. But if you're like more than one race, you're kind of an outsider. You end up kind of being an outsider to some extent.
Yeah.
But being an outsider, can help you just be more just yourself.
Right.
Rather than anything else. So,
Yeah.
does it work to your advantage, or does it work against you? Is the question.
Right, because you're better off not choosing a side. I think that's the win, and it's kind of it's easier for a biracial person to not choose a side.
Right. It is.
but they can go the opposite extreme and
or you can kind of go your own way. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you want to just go your own way. What's really reasonable, and if you're on the outside, well, it's more easy. It's more easy to see what's really reasonable. So, does it work in your favor or work against you? It just depends.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Well, thank you, Josh.
Yep. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate the show, man.
All right, cool.
All right, man.
All right, bye.
Later.
All right. There's Josh. I'm gonna let's keep on moving here. I guess I'm speaking for the in-between people. But all right, let's move on from that. Let's see. Where are we at next? Play the next one.
In the past, our view of the world was shaped in part by how artists saw the world. Now, our view of the world is shaped by tech billionaires who own powerful algorithms that decide what we see and what we don't see, how much we see of it. That's an immense amount of power that I don't think we've kind of sort of fully understood.
I don't know if I totally agree with this stuff too much. I mean, what he's talking about here, these tech billionaires are being pushed around by the culture too.
Especially because when they want to make a change, they don't need to lobby the UN. They don't need to get something through Congress or get something through the EU. They just wake up and change these algorithms. They have complete control over these things that affect how the world views current events in an immense manner.
If you weren't seeing this, folks, they had an art exhibition. They had basically a little ring, like a little boxing ring of sorts, and it has a bunch of little robot dogs, and each one of these robot dogs has a head of Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Sam Altman, I think, was there. I'm not sure who, but all these billionaire folks. Maybe Sam Altman wasn't there, but the head of Google, the head of I can't think of his name right now. Facebook, that guy. They're all there, kind of, and the robot dogs are all a little kind of walking around in circles. Look, it's kind of funny, but kind of awful. I don't think. I mean, it is a thing, but I mean, it's nice we have some. It can work for you and work against you with these tech billionaires. Honestly, I mean, we've seen the kind of stuff that was happening back under where they were basically censoring everything, all the big tech companies, and the government was basically behind the scenes making them do it. So, it's either the tech billionaires or we have the government doing it. You just have to deal with that. You just have to take that as it is. That's not like it's like neither one is necessarily in fact, usually, especially the government, is not necessarily in your favor. And I don't know. That's just how it rolls. I guess with the tech billionaires, at least you have a chance, maybe. But when they start all sticking together, then you have it with them. Or when the government and the tech billionaires all stick together, then it's a real mess. Anyway, let's go on to the next one, producer.
Mayor Bass has a new goal for the city of LA: less underutilized office space and more affordable housing. Mayor Bass visiting an office building today that right now is being converted into more than 500 affordable housing units. This is part of the city's downtown adaptive reuse program that the mayor expanded last December. Mayor Bass says this new expanded ordinance could spur the creation of more than 43,000 housing units citywide.
More buildings like this one, underutilized, unfilled because of changes in how people work, will be put to use as homes, and this housing will become available faster than starting from scratch.
Mayor Bass explaining while downtown LA represents only 1% of the city's land area, it is responsible for more than 30% of new apartments in the last decade.
The problem with transferring making those high-rises apartments and changing their use, and there's a lot more because there's a lot more kind of work that can be done from home now or done remotely than it where everybody had to basically go into the office before. So there's a lot of this extra office space around the country and all these different I forgot what they call them. All these different areas where they have these high rises. The problem with doing that is that there's a lot of extra stuff that has to be done to get these to work because their plumbing and how they're laid out, how their air system is laid out, how their water and sewage system, all that stuff, how it's all laid out, is not laid out in a way that works for for people to convert those into like apartments. So they end up, it's a costly, if even doable or limitedly doable upgrade to those buildings. So I don't know. I think, well, I'll also say this. Karen Bass is doing a lot of things lately, to make herself look good because I guess the election's coming up. So this is probably just one of the two, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know how this is going to pull. Like I said, this stuff really it takes a lot of work to convert these type of buildings to apartments or townhouses and that kind of thing. If it's doable at all. So. But I guess they'll try. I don't know. Some of them they will, some of them they won't. Or they could be some kind of weird house, where I don't know. Maybe it'll be cheaper and you have a lot of room. but not much of a bathroom, and not much of a kitchen, and or the bathroom will be over in one part of a huge house or something like that. I don't know. I don't know how it'll play out. And the taller a building is, also, the more this plumbing actually becomes more of a problem. Anyway, let's go to the next one, producer.
New at 5, new street signs now posted in the Orange County city of Westminster honoring slain political activist Charlie Kirk.
Those signs now getting mixed reactions today from those who want to honor Charlie Kirk and those divided by Kirk's conservative activism.
Orange County reporter Bianca Bono live in Westminster tonight with the controversy surrounding this street renaming. Bianca?
Mark and Michelle, the city council voted to do this last fall, but in the past couple of days, the signs have officially gone up, and not everyone here is happy about it. Westminster Mayor Charlie Wynn proudly stands under the city's newest street sign, Charlie Kirk Way.
By doing this, we promote the freedom of speech.
The sign, named after the conservative activist who was killed last year, has been months in the making. Wynn says the idea to redesignate the street leading to the city's Civic Center from All-American Way to Charlie Kirk Way was his idea, and it passed a council vote 4-1.
I myself very inspired of what Charlie Kirk's been doing for the country, what been doing for the younger people, for the next generation.
Not everyone agrees.
I thought it was a joke. I think that's so hateful. Are you effing kidding me? Sorry, that was my gut reaction.
Westminster resident Terry Raines organized a protest in an effort to stop what she says is causing division in her community.
That street is called All-American Way. That is inclusive. That welcomes everyone into our civic center. These are all public buildings.
The criticism is not new to the mayor, who was even stopped by someone who disagreed with the decision during our interview.
You can't please everyone.
Wynn claims the sign honoring Kirk is not political and instead is meant to represent freedom of speech.
I'm not saying that Charlie Kirk is the Republican or Democrat. I don't look at it that way.
So, I don't know, All-American Way and Charlie Kirk Way kind of mean the same thing, right? I guess that was the idea. Yeah, the people that were just on that were opposing it all looked like, the blue-haired, I forgot what they call them. I'm forgetting the words for them, but they all look like they were missing a lot of marbles, basically. That's how it is. So, folks, call in. The number is, what's the number again? 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. And I guess I'll just go back over this stuff. What is this last one about? Oh, okay, next one. You got more. I didn't even notice. Talking to the producer here.
Mr. President, I want to go back to the Supreme Court ruling on the Voting Rights Act. I know you said you haven't seen it.
When did it come out, just now?
No, it came out this morning, but basically very much narrows the Voting Rights Act.
Was it considered a win for whom?
A win for Republicans.
I love it.
But my question...
This is a very good... We can end this news conference right now. I want to read it.
My question
wow.
to you, Mr. President, is that some Republican governors have not responded in terms of what they're going to do. I guess early voting, for example, in Louisiana
Republican governors, what?
Republican governors.
What about it?
Early voting begins Saturday there, for instance. Should they redraw the map in the next couple of
I would. I mean, it depends. I mean, some states don't need to redraw, and some do. I mean, I know what the concept of the rule. I just haven't seen the result. Yeah, I would say generally, I would think that they would want to do it. Some are greatly helped, and some, you know, it didn't make much difference. Yeah, I would say they would do that. They have time to do it.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what that's all about. Producer. Interesting. Voting rights for, okay. I'm responding to reporter regarding the Voting Rights Act. Second separate topic. Okay. Yeah. Did you just put this one in? I don't think I saw this one. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, I'm going to take a call. Hey, Eric. Eric from Arizona?
Yes. Hi, Bill.
Hey.
I just had to comment on Karen Bass. I can't believe she's going to try to turn that what's was intended for businesses into residential. It's going to be like the train to nowhere kind of thing. And basically, all I see saving Karen Bass is to lower the voting age to 17.
I don't know. Hey, I know you're saying that. Hey, but you're in Arizona. I'm surprised you're even familiar with Karen Bass.
Well, yeah, we're all familiar with her little stint with the Cubans, right?
Right, or the fire thing.
Well, not to mention, yes, the thing that was planned out in Cuba, right, in the early years.
Tell us about the Cuba thing.
Oh, the Cuba. Wait up. So was that AI? I thought we had pictures of her in her early 20s in Cuba being trained, or at least trips to Cuba. Was that not real?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think I remember. Geez. I remember something about that, but I don't recall it right now what it was about.
Yes,
it was like a communist training camp or something, right?
Well, she wasn't on vacation, so I mean, if I'm wrong about the whole thing, she wasn't on vacation. I know that.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
her past. Well, some of what's come out about her past. That I recall something like that. It didn't look very good.
Yep.
But what's your thing about them converting these high rises to housing?
Well, from my experience, it's nearly impossible. It's for her to think that it's cheaper to retrofit that building that was built for one purpose, and that's why we have these codes. To think that it was cheaper to retrofit it into residential is delusional. I guarantee you.
I'm forgetting about the codes, man. Oh, man.
I'm sure we're going to hear from a builder shortly, a conservative builder, that is going to blow it out of the water, that says, no, I could build an apartment out of wood faster and cheaper than she could retrofit maybe one of those stories, because she can't. She has. It's just. I don't even need to get into it. It is completely delusional.
All right, but try to get into it. Serious.
I know what you want me to do. You, Bill, you want me to go to Mars and be happy about it. I know how you like to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, I could just see it myself in terms of, the elevator system and the plumbing system and the air and how the air conditioning system and all of that stuff and how that's pumped through through the building, and all the stuff that's that's related to that, that whole system working.
Yes,
but
impossible.
Right.
Hey,
And the
can you
higher,
imagine
there's
one-
literally floors on the building that are like just for like air pumps and water chillers and all kinds of stuff, all this kind of stuff to keep that whole system running. And
and then we have the central thermostat. You imagine one thermostat for how many units?
well, yeah, they're turned, but you want us to leave the air on or leave the air off, right? That's part of what I was talking about. And then how do you bill everybody for that?
Yes. And then when you cross it over, right? When you're in between seasons, like, is the air coming on? And I'm familiar with apartments like this for senior living, and they're always a month off. People are dying for a month because it's too hot, or vice versa. It's gotten cold faster than they're ready to flip it over to the heat. It's a mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyhow,
so it's going to cost
17,
a lot.
Man. We need to lower the voting age to 17. That's the only way we can justify this kind
Come
of
on,
senility.
seriously, we need to up the voting age to 25.
Well, not with these type of policies, not with this idealist situation.
But we really do need to up the. It really would be helpful to up the voting age to something a little higher, because young people are they don't even know they have an ego. They don't even know. It's like, well, you're talking about people who are still in school voting. They don't even have a clue about. They may have a clue, but that's all they have about real life. You know what I mean?
When you got no skin in the game, you have no clue.
Right.
And that goes for if you're 40 years old or you're 17.
Right. And I remember them. That was actually something that some of them brought up, the Democrats, wanting to bring down the voting age. Well, I wonder why. Anyway.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So wait a minute. So Trump was hosting the Artemis astronauts at the White House? Oh. That was cool. I would have liked to see that. Producer. We could have talked about it. We could have talked some more about Artemis and how things went. Basically, everything went just about right, except for the toilet with Artemis. Our latest flight around the moon and back to Earth. Everybody's kind of heard about that, but the heat shield that everybody was talking about, something might go wrong. It seemed to have done really well, no problems. Everything went well except for the toilet. It wasn't too bad with the toilet, but yeah, they still need to work on the toilet. Yeah, toilets can be a problem, especially in space. It's rough without a toilet in space. Let's go to the next one.
Prosecutors charge an Okachi woman with homicide after investigators say she stabbed her boyfriend because of a chicken dinner.
Waukesha County reporter Brett Lemoyne joining us live with the emotional plea from the victim's father. Brett? Yeah, Ted and Mary, Lac La Belle police say 27-year-old Michaela Cloth got a hold of a knife and stabbed her boyfriend through the heart. This all happened on Friday night in Okachi, which is an unincorporated area in the village of Lac La Belle. When investigators arrived, they found a man flat on his back. They asked Cloth why she did it. Cloth said she did it because she wanted to go out to eat that night, and her boyfriend had come over to her apartment to cook chicken drumsticks instead. When asked if there was a struggle, Cloth told police, quote, "No, I did stab him," end quote. Cloth says her boyfriend grabbed a knife on the blade side and she got angry and she pushed the knife into his chest. The victim's father spoke in court Monday. He asked we not name him or his 25-year-old son.
Please never let that monster walk the streets ever again.
She admits saying, I stabbed him. If you have to take me to jail, okay. She didn't hesitate with the discussion with the officers.
Oh, man. I think that whole thing they were just talking about, I mean, I'm not sure, but I kind of think the whole thing they were talking about where he was holding the backside of the knife and then she pushed it into him or something like that. It's just somebody trying to make something up. I don't believe it at all. Anyway, this one's played through. Yeah, like I said, they made that up. I don't believe it. But yeah, what kind of reminds me of that other thing at the Taco Bell a few days ago, where I think it was the guy behind the line or whatever. The guy who was working at Taco Bell pulled the gun out and shot somebody because they were arguing. Oh, these people are too angry, and then you get crazy stuff happening. And that's it. I think that's it, man. Producer, that's it. Man. Trump. You know, at the correspondence dinner thing, they still haven't been able to get that. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Trump tore down a wing of the White House. And it's like flat, torn down, but he can't go and rebuild it because there's like a court order came and stopped him from rebuilding it. He also wants to build this arch, that arch in it's like square with an archway in the middle. It's in Paris. Trump wants to build one in Washington, D.C., but like much bigger. Like 3 times bigger. I think they've stopped him from they've been making sure, they've been trying to stop him from doing that one too. We have an architect, not an architect, but a guy who's into real estate and building stuff in the White House now, our president, and he's wanting to do upgrades and fix stuff, make it look even more lavish than it was before. And power to him. Let's see. The governor race here it's in California. It's kind of funny. We could have a a Democrat. I think lately we've just had Democrats against Democrats in the final elections here. But this time we could have like a Democrat against a Republican, or we could have two Republicans going at, because they have like a runoff election where it's basically just the two people who have the highest vote counts end up running off against each other in the final election. And the two Republicans, have I think there's like six different Democrats. There's four. Who are the people who were playing in that video we were looking at? In that debate, was it like four Democrats and two Republicans? I think it was like four Democrats and two Republicans. So I guess maybe the Democratic establishment is maybe picking four out of the original six that will run, or trying to, because really their numbers are really pretty similar all the way across. So none of them were getting like there were no standouts, or not much of any standouts in that. Let's see. What else? Hey, do we have any super chats? Kitty Porter, Tom. No, okay. Okay, I guess that might be it today, guys. Just going over the regular stuff today, and it's done. Well, yeah, stuff happens, and it just keeps on happening. And I think that's it. I think that's it, folks. I'll see you next week.
Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Crashing, burning, spinning, turning. Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Jump up, throw down, scream and shake the crowd. Punchie TV!